Let's go now and talk to Mike from Merritt Island. Mike, you're on News 96.5. Go ahead.
Hello, this is Mike. One question about the law enforcement, the procedure for kind of dealing with an officer if you're pulled over for a minor traffic offense and you have a concealed weapon license and a concealed weapon on your person to kind of make sure nothing gets out of control. Not necessarily all the specific legal things, but what's the right way to assure the police officer that nothing's weird? You know what I mean?
Mike, that's a great question. I have no clue what the answer is. So, Mike, let me start with this. You have a concealed weapons permit?
Yes.
And remind me, does that allow you to carry a gun in your car? Or do you have to keep it in your glove box, or you have to keep it in the trunk? Can you have it in your pocket? I don't know. You tell me.
Well, you can carry it in your pocket or in a holster as long as it's covered, if your shirt covers it or what have you. And the way things are nowadays, it just seems like the police officers, because of things the way they are, officers are just a little antsy.
Well, I don't blame them. So, Mike, what are you telling me? So to have a concealed weapon, it's got to be hidden from the public's view, you might say, right, if you're walking down the street?
Right.
If you're driving in your car, does it still have to be hidden from the public's view?
As far as I understand, it is. I would never have it viewable or...
okay, but are you telling me that if you get stopped for a traffic violation and the officer walks up to your window, are you saying, Tom, should I tell the officer right then and there I've got a gun in my pocket?
Yeah, I mean, it's not necessarily that you want to, create a anxiety. You want to reduce any misunderstandings, and usually you roll your window down.
Mike, here's what I might, just from a common sense perspective, Mike, and I am not the final word on this, is that when the officer walks up to your window and says, Mike, I'd like to see your driver's license, I might suggest you say, hey, officer, here's my driver's license and here's my concealed weapons permit, by the way, too.
Right.
And then he may say, that's all great and wonderful, Mike, congratulations. Or you say, Mike, do you have a gun on you right now? And let him take charge of the situation.
And answer all the questions and do exactly what he says, no problem.
Well, now that's a whole other issue, Mike. There's always this debate about officers and how long they can keep you stopped and whether or not they can search your cars and what kind of consent you should or should not give them. But this was limited to this one issue about how do you handle the fact that you've got a gun on your person. And again, I'm suggesting you tell the officer or show the officers your concealed weapons permit and let him go from there.